Hello and welcome back to my channel, AJ Budgets. I am AJ and I am so thankful and grateful that you are here with me today. In today's video, we are doing week 1 of May's weekly wrap-up. So let's get into it. Hello. As usual, I'm going to be starting with my credit card reconciliation because I did have some spending this week, as every week. Most of it budgeted. Some of it did come out of personal because, well, we'll get into it. So it's been rough. It's been rough with testing, with the seniors leaving. I've had to get myself some extra coffees. So I needed to add $10 to my coffee fund this week. So I need to pull out that. I had to get gas. I went to the Dollar Tree. One of my best friend's daughters is staying the night with me. She's my little bestie. Love her. But they're going to a banquet and staying overnight. And so she asked if she could stay with me. So I got us like painting activities and coloring books. And I got a book to read and popcorn and snacks, all kinds of stuff. So I went to the Dollar Tree and Walmart and did that. Speaking of that friend, her nephew is graduating from high school and they invited me to the graduation. So I have $50 graduation gift for him. I went out to eat a couple times and then the rest of it is grocery shopping. And I bought a little bit more for my baby niece that's not born yet that we will put into the baby receipt pile because I have a savings challenge I'm saving for that. So I'm going to speed this up while I pull out all of that funds and then we'll get it applied to my IHG credit card payment tracker. Okay, so like I said, I have overspent a little bit. I will get paid here in a couple of weeks before my credit card statements are due. And so I'm kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul right now, but there's a lot of random stuff that came up and I could pull out of my emergency fund or my buffer, but I know I have this credit card allowance. So I'm going to put 17 to IHG and 33 to Amazon. And then I know I'm stuffing extra in my classroom this month. And so we'll get that classroom paid back. I ran out of pens and pencils. We're like 20 days to the end of school, and normally what I purchase at the beginning of the year, I purchase a lot, and it usually lasts until the end of the year, but for some reason it did not this year. So anyways, we'll stick that in there and see if with next week's weekly wrap up we can cover that stuff. But adding to my AHG payment tracker, we have $50, $100, $150, $170, $180, $185, and $190 going on here. I don't know why I haven't put the sinking funds binder up, but that would make this process a little easier. I already forgot. 150, 170, 180, 190. Okay. All right, so we have $190 going on here, and this is on 5/8. So we should have $28.57 plus 190. This should give us $3,047 on my credit card. And I know I was running short on 5s, so I'm going to pull this 10 and the 2 5s out, and I am going to cash exchange it for a 20 to keep that condensed a little bit and so that I have 5s. Okay, so we should have $3,047 here. 1,000, 2,000, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28, 50, 29, 29, 50, 3,000, 20, 40, 45, and $3,047. Rest of that vacation will get paid off this month as well, and then I'm hoping we're not charging thousands of dollars on my credit card moving forward. Okay, next I want to get this receipt added to the baby stack here. So far we've spent $40, $55, $65. So just about half of the money that we have that will be saved in that savings challenge. All right, I'm gonna get everything set up here so we can pull my weekly cash and save in the dollar bills, y'all. So we have the dollar bills, y'all savings challenge here. Pull that out, set that money aside. Wallet is here. I need my die pulled out. All right, I don't have a whole lot of money left. I think there's $3 left in here. They were having a plant sale at the greenhouse in the tech building at the high school, and so I went over and bought some flowers and a pepper plant and a poblano pepper plant, and what else did I get? Oh, some tomatoes to put in my garden. So anyways, I have $3 left over, so that will be added to our cash, or the whatever we roll, the amount that we're pre-rolling. So in my next paycheck binder, back here in the back, I have my weekly cash, and I believe I am giving myself $15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 5s makes 15. And that should leave us with $50 in my weekly cash. 10, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 30. Why can't I do math? Okay, I see what I did. I forgot to, when I pulled out my $15 for last week, I forgot to total it. So if I pull out $15 from this week, that should give us to 35. That's why the check marks went there. Okay, 10, 20, 25, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay, things are making more sense. I was like delirious last week. It was a rough week for me. I worked Saturday school. I went straight from Saturday school to a wedding, straight from a wedding to a banquet, then church the next day and youth, and trying to film in between all of that. Anyways, okay, so let's see how much we are saving, pre-saving. Oh, $8. Well, I have the $8, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that gives me $7 then for my weekly cash. Okay, then we're gonna have $8, 9, 10, and $11. However, I do have a 5 and a 3, so I'm gonna finish off this row because that is 8. And then we will get the next row started, and I'll just mark off the 3. So we are down to our last 2 rows before we are finished with this savings challenge. So let's get all of this added over here and see how much we have stuffed into this challenge. Okay. 100, 120, 140, 145, 150, 151, 52, 53, 54, 55, and 156. I am going to stuff all ones in my wallet, I think, and pull out a 5 just so. This envelope is getting old, and so that I'm afraid the edges are gonna bust, so I'm trying to keep it as condensed as possible here. I'll get that stuffed back in there, and all the bills y'all is done. Thank you so much for being here with me this week in May's Week 1 weekly wrap-up. I greatly appreciate you being here. Please give me a like if you enjoyed today's video, and give me a comment down below and let me know how your first week of May is going. I would love to hear from you, and if you've been enjoying my videos, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you for the journey. But until I see you guys in my next one, have a great day. Bye!